Get ready for a real eye-popping adventure.
Get ready for another real adventure from Blue Marlin Cove.
I think it's definitely going to be an adventure.
We arrived in Boynton at 2 Georges to get on the tuna time, met Captain Rob, and loaded up the boat and blasted out the Boynton Inlet. And before you know it, 2.5 hours later, we're arriving at West End, getting ready to clear customs.
We made it 65 miles through the perfect storm.
Well, we had a bumpy little crossing there. It was a little aggressive, but you know, you gotta love South Florida. You got a nice big outboard boat here, Venture 34, and it doesn't really matter. You just wanna go, you go. Pulling in here to Old Bahama Bay. We're gonna head in and clear customs, and then we're gonna head right around the corner a couple miles to Blue Marlin Cove. Get your passport, get your papers ready, and come on in. Of course, grab 300, because somebody's gotta pay for this.
We have to go fill out a whole bunch of paperwork now and probably share 2 pens.
You know, they say that there's the right tool for every job. Well, some of these bags are a little wet, but of course our watershed dry bags can float and not get wet. Even when you bring your dry cleaning over here, it doesn't pay to not have a watershed dry bag. You know, when you clear it into the Bahamas, you know, we're only 55 miles from the States, but you know, it's another country, so you basically have to immigrate to the Bahamas. So what we do is they fill out a passenger crew and manifest form. We'll list everybody on the boat, their date of birth, their address. So if you get out of control or break something or have too much fun, they can have your information. Has plague occurred or been suspected among rats or mice during the voyage?
I like to keep my rats healthy on my boat.
Here's an interesting question. Has anyone died during the voyage? I don't know. Is everyone still breathing? Everyone still kicking?
We got a head
No
count.
death? Hey, dead guy, stand up and be counted.
81.
Yeah, man, he's a young buck. It's even funnier, look at his hair. Dude, check out Chris's picture. Where were you born, boy? Thank God for haircuts. All these guys are so young, man. I think I got genes older than most of these guys. Of course, I can't fit in them. Well, we've cleared customs. We're all legal now. And we're gonna head around the corner to Blue Marlin Cove, pull some stuff off the boat, maybe get a little lunch, and head back out and do some fishing. You know, it's winter here in South Florida right now, but you know, you can still come over here to the Bahamas and have a great time. It's a year-round thing to come over here and 55 miles to paradise. Come over here and catch some fish, have some fun, have some conch salad, drink a few clicks, catch some big fish. So come on, let's go catch some. All right, we just got done with customs. We came around the corner here at Settlement Point, and we're pulling in here to Blue Marlin Cove. Nice open cut here. We'll slide right in. Wait till you see it. Nice docks, beautiful place. We're gonna get some lines ready and get ready to tie up. And the neat thing about it is you've got the great condos, beautiful pool, and then you got your boat slip comes with your condo. And wait till you see the ice house. You guys are gonna love this. They've got a room that is ice. You know, a lot of times you come over here, we've talked about Bahamas, you know, you get your ice over here, the Abaco Diamonds, and here they're free, you know, it's perfect. They got a nice cleaning station in here. You clean all your fish up. When you come in, have a nice cocktail, sit by the pool. They've got a great big barbecue grill. And of course, our host, Greg, is here, and as you'll see, he is quite the host.
This is how you do it in the Bahamas right here. Because I've been in a lot of places that look nothing like this in the Bahamas.
Nice.
We're going to give it our 100%. You know, we try our very, very best to take care of our guests so that, you know, make sure they keep coming back.
Well, we just pulled into Blue Marlin Cove, and Greg handed me a bunch of burgers and said, start cooking. That was a nice hot burger, and before we head back out, do some fishing. Maybe do a little wahoo fishing, do some deep dropping. Well, you gotta love it. You make a nice crossing over, clear into customs, do a little bit of paperwork, stop into Blue Marlin Cove, have a nice hamburger, a cold beer, cruise back out, and fire down your deep drop and get a bite.
I'm going with a queen snapper. About 12 pounds.
3-pound yellow eye.
I can guarantee it's got 2 eyes and a tail.
Couple silkies.
That's a 10 International 80 wide with a Lindgren Pittman 24 volt electric reel on it. That thing will get you down there and pick up tilefish, grouper, snapper, swordfish in 1,500 feet of water.
Believe it or not, your thumb gets pretty tired.
Pretty neat setup.
You know, the beauty of the Bahamas is if the fish aren't biting on the surface, if you can't get the dolphin and wahoo and tuna to bite, you know you can always fire down a deep drop rig, go down to 4 to 6 to 8 to 1,200 feet, and always manage to pick up a nice mystic grouper or queen snappers. There's always some great fish on the deep drop, always something you can catch in the Bahamas. All right, now that's what we're talking about. Nice mystic grouper. Got him right in the corner with that circle hook, which you gotta love on any fish. Don't be alarmed when you bring these fish up from the deep. You know, when you bring them up on the deep drop and you bring them up from 600, 700, 800 feet of water, the swim bladder's gonna blow out, their eyes are gonna bug out. You know what, it doesn't affect the fish. I never spit out a piece of fish because his eyes were bugged out. You know, one of the benefits of staying at Blue Marlin Cove, you've got Shannon cooking, making cracked conch fritters. You know, if you catch some fish, fresh dolphin or tuna or wahoo, what have you, bring it back to the Cove. Shannon will be there. She'll make some great accompaniments. A great way to cap off a fantastic day in the Bahamas.
This isn't like those other places in the Bahamas. This is good stuff.
We just had an awesome dinner, the bar, and here we are in the game room just having a ball. This place is great. It's like the new Bahamas. Blue Marlin Cove, what a great time. Perfect, sun's going down here. West End, Grand Bahama. We're here. Why aren't you guys?
We're gonna head over to Memory Rock, which is about 20 miles north of West End, Bahamas, Grand Bahama Island. And there's this awesome bank that runs for miles and miles, about another 30 miles up towards Matinilla Shoal. We're gonna work that bank just off the drop, about 150 feet of water where it drops down. We're in a high speed for wahoo, about 15 knots.
Well, we decided to come to Memory Rock, but we can't remember where it is. Alzheimer's is setting in at 42 here. This boat's named Amnesia, and there's no way he's gonna find Memory Rock. All right, what we got here is we got a nice island lure on here, little jelly skirt, nice color too. I mean, love this color. It looks a lot like when you're pulling in the water. This thing's gonna seriously look like a little ballyhoo back there.
We also have some nice black bart lures that swim real nice. Black and purple, black and red, blue and white. You name it, we got it.
And then of course you got the pink RS lure here. It's obviously been hit a few times. You can see where the paint's been knocked off of it. And we don't pull a ballyhoo with these because we are pulling these baits at 14, 15 miles an hour. We don't pull a ballyhoo because the ballyhoo will wash out very quickly. Real sharp hook, and that's it. Slide them out, get them all into position, pick up your speed, and hang on and get ready to turn some handles. We like to give tips here, and this is a medical tip. Make sure you put some chapstick or something on your lips. You don't want them to get burned. And another important safety tip is don't share your chapstick. Is that what Jimmy Buffett was talking about when he said a pencil-thin mustache? You know, on this trip over to the Bahamas, we decided to do some high-speed trolling, and high-speed trolling works. JJ, knock it out, buddy.
We got him about 325.
That turn, Cap.
Got good hit chicks here.
Trying to bring us down a little bit deeper water. A little deeper water right now to keep the sharks off that fish. He just dropped down to low speed to get a little more retrieve on that fish. Kind of like riding a bike uphill. Got to drop down a little bit. Go a lot slower, but you're making headway at least.
We have not seen the fish break the surface yet, which is definitely tells us it may be a wahoo. Wahoo will stay down. You really won't see him till the last second because he's so striped up. He looks purple. This is going to be the right guy here. This is definitely going to be our right guy here, boys. It's him. It's him. Nice wahoo. Nice wahoo. Patrick did not want to get anything into that meat, so he gapped him right in the mouth. All right, nice little wahoo, probably about a 30-pounder, maybe 28-pounder. Nice fish though, but you know what, guys? That's our target species aboard the tuna time here. Captain Rob brought us right to the right spot. Nice early Bahamian morning, and there he is, there's dinner. Sushi appetizers, Mr. Wahoo.
catch it. Slow it down, Rob. Slow it down. Slow it down, Rob. Boy, that's a big one there, buddy. Oh, boy. Slow it down, Rob.
All right, well, we just got set up, congratulating everybody on our first Wahoo of the trip. Fishing aboard the Tuna Time off the Little Bahama Bank, off the coast of Grand Bahama Island. Up the road about, I'd say we're probably about 23 miles from the tip of Grand Bahama Settlement Point West End, fishing out of the Blue Marlin Cove. Excellent accommodations. I mean, this place is just awesome, nestled right in the corner of West End. Very convenient to all of our Palm Beach County fishermen and Dayton Broward fishermen. You should come over and check out the units they have. They have them for sale. Come over here, bring your boat over. You get a boat slip with your condo. Maintenance fees are about 175 bucks a month. I mean, it's just so affordable, and you've got a great investment because it's nestled next to a new, huge project known as Ginsumer, and it's right there by Old Bahama Bay. It's perfect location, a great investment opportunity. You should consider looking at it. It's him, dude. He's striped up. It's him, and it's a much better one. Wahoo are pack hunters. They generally will stay on a spot on the edge or on the ledge and wait for fish to come by. So if you do get a spot where you catch a wahoo, hit mark on your GPS and go back and give it another try. Chances are there'll be another one waiting there for you.
Well, that was killer right there. We picked up that first wahoo on a little point that sticks out. Boom, marked it, swung around, caught the fish, put the baits back in the water, swung back around. Boom, same spot again, exactly. I mean, within probably 50 feet. We got a couple birds working that little area right there, so we got that baby marked in.
www.tunatimefishing.com. Come over here and catch your own big slob wahoo. Stay at Blue Marlin Cove. Have some fun with your buddies, your family. Catch yourself a nice fish.
What it's all about.
This is what they call the carver's privilege.
That's why we do this, boys.
Well, why don't you keep carving, man?
Yeah, carving there, boy. Carving, boy.
Hey, man, keep carving.
Oh, God!
Another important safety tip, make sure your lures are put down because once this big heavy lure, if it should fall off the rocket launcher here, like it just did and hook the cameraman near his privates, that could be ugly. We're up here about 20 miles up from Settlement Point, fishing aboard the Tuna Time with Captain Rob. You know, we caught some great wahoos, we caught some good stuff bottom fishing, and you know, we're all scratching our heads. You always like to try something different. I said, well, you know, this time of year, the groupers move up in on the ledge, pull a nice Rapala or some other nice, you know, rig that you've made. You might get you a nice yellowfin grouper, black grouper, or shoot, we've even caught flag yellowtails on these Rapalas. You know, you come in here and you pull them around. Yeah, you might catch a cooter or something once in a while, but you know, that's just the Bahamas. Cooters are everywhere. All right, well, we came inside here into the ledge. We figured we'd troll around some lures here and got a good bite here. Go ahead and put some heat on him. That's him, dude. If it wasn't him and you locked it up like that, it would stop. That's him. Turn that handle, brother.
Is that fish still pulling drag?
All right, well, we're off the ledge. We can slow up a little now if you want and let him get some turns on this thing. He's definitely up and away from his home. He's up out of his hole. We'll let Pat try and take a couple turns on him.
That's a big grouper right there. That's a big grouper. Nothing much can pull drag like that from the bottom like we were trolling. We had that fish, that bait on a lead, working about 50 feet of water. So that thing's going down probably, 20 feet under the surface as we're trolling. So most likely a big grouper came up out of a hole to hit that lure. And he was trying to work his way back to the bottom now, so we headed offshore away from the shallows to pull him up out. That's a big fish.
If you're sick of deep dropping and you're not getting them on the troll, go into the shallow reefs 40 to 60 feet, put out a Rapala, make a few turns, troll around. You'd be very pleasantly surprised when you see what you get. Well, you know, we've had a great time here with the Tuna Time over here in the Bahamas. Did some bottom fishing, caught some great bottom fish on the deep drop, and caught some wahoos, having a great time. And you know, we decided we'd come in here on the ledge this time of year in the winter months. So basically what these fish do is they move in on the shallow reef this time of year. And we decided to go in and pull the trolling leads and some Rapalas and some big lures. And we had a real good bite in there in about 45 feet of water. So
Could be a big shark, but I don't think so. I think it might be that big grouper we're looking for. Rob is slowly moving the tuna time. Venture 34 here, just off of the reef, off the ledge. We got the bite in shallow in 40 feet of water. We've pulled off here to about 120.
Black grouper. I don't know. That's my guess, though.
It is a black.
Look at my lure, boy.
See? Hey, listen, you know. Hey, what do you think? Good idea to go in on the reef, boys? This ain't my first rodeo.
It's always the best when you get the intended species.
See, you know, there's so much variety here. You come over here, you can troll, high-speed troll for wahoo. Come in here on the reef, put your damn big lures out, drag around on the reef. It's crazy. Gotta love it. West End, Bahama, right here off of Memory Rock. Having a great time aboard the Tuna Time. Give him a call. Call Captain Rob. Come over here and the boys and go catch yourself some groupers, some wahoo, whatever you want. Have a great time.
We targeted wahoo, we got wahoo. We targeted grouper, we got grouper.
Well, we had a great time in the Bahamas, but we had to go home, so we loaded up the boat to head back to Boynton Beach. Had a great crossing, the weather was perfect, and it just was a fantastic trip. Can't wait for the next time we head back to the Bahamas, Blue Marlin Cove, to catch them again and have a great trip with some good friends. You know, it was funny, we had originally only planned on staying overnight, but once you get to the Bahamas, you get to pull into Blue Marlin Cove, you don't want to leave. So we're there scratching our heads the next morning. We had all this fresh wahoo, and I thought, well, wait a minute, what are we going to eat? We got 9 hungry mouths to feed on the way back. So I got up an hour early and threw a bunch of wahoo on the grill, and we cooked them up and made this giant tray of wahoo salad. I'm here to tell you, it was a day saver. Everybody was real happy. I don't think it took us maybe an hour in the boat, and then we were already breaking into the wahoo salad.
Bam! That is the bomb. Fresh wahoo salad. Fresh Bahamian bread. Can't beat that.
Well, it's a quick trip back here on the Adventure 34, Rob's Tuna Time. Just came into Boynton Inlet, and we're coming in hot, baby. Back to sunny South Florida. What a great time. Shot over for a couple days over to Blue Marlin Cove. Can't beat it. Shootout. Well, it was a little rougher, so it took us about 3 hours to get over. About an hour and 45 minutes to get back. What a difference a day makes, but what a great time. Back at home sweet home, sunny South Florida. Little quick winter trip. Yeah, winter in South Florida, 3 days in the Bahamas.